Welcome to Nearly Normal, the podcast where two therapists, I'm Kate,
And I'm Nina,
try to make sense of the world while also questioning everything. Today we are going to talk about hibernation versus isolation. And I think January is such a good time to do this episode. So we're going to talk about the difference between hibernation, what it is, how it's different than isolation, and also ways you can practice hibernation. So this idea came to me from reading this book. Is it in there? Yeah. Wintering. And this is by Catherine May. This is a phenomenal book. Would highly, highly recommend. So she talks about wintering. I liken it a lot to like depression, right?
Okay.
That's kind of what it feels like. But it's not just that. I think a lot of people are left with a feeling of emptiness after the holidays. Like in January is typically a really challenging month for people. And can feel very much like this bleak wintering place, which depression can feel like often. And so her idea is looking at that as an opportunity for kind of like metamorphosis, is like pulling back. Okay. So let's talk about hibernation versus isolation.
I feel like I'm great at hibernation because I'm an introvert, so we hibernate like the best of them.
Do you know how it's different? Anyone like my mom?
Then isolation?
Yeah.
Isolation is almost poignant and it's directive. So I'm pulling back. I don't want to see people. I'm making a conscious choice not to engage because I don't want to engage, not because I'm doing something better for myself. Where I think this hibernation and wintering is I'm pulling back to recharge, to reinvest in myself, and to process what has happened and what I would like to happen. So it's almost like just a protective time with yourself versus this calculative, I don't want to talk to anybody, I'm isolating. So I think isolation for me is guarded and pulled back, and I'm purposefully not wanting to see anybody, where this is more reinvesting in yourself.
Yeah. So one is kind of like proactive and intentional, and isolation is more reactive withdrawal. So hibernation is really like intentional retreat. So it's making the choice to slow down to protect your energy, not just like passing out on a blanket somewhere because you have nothing left. That's not what this is. So it's not hiding, but it's giving yourself permission to be quiet, be still while your body and emotions kind of reset, just like animals do. And that's what she talks about in the book. It's like animals do it all the time. And we're like, that makes sense.
Right.
Go little bear into your bear den, or I don't know where
they don't have to go to work.
Do they go in a cave? Where do they go? A tree trunk?
Who?
Bear.
Yeah, the bear's going to cave.
Okay. Always a cave?
I'm pretty sure a cave. A den, something that is covered.
So hibernation, like that is cozy, deliberate, and rejuvenating, where isolation is empty, active, and draining. And you can tell the difference. Like if you sit down and you say, tonight I'm watching 4 episodes of whatever thing is on Netflix, and I have my pumpkin seeds and I'm going to enjoy them because that's my new snack right now.
Pumpkin seeds?
Yeah, it's really weird.
All right.
Versus, oh my gosh, it's been 4 hours and I just watched all these episodes. You can feel it physically in your body, the difference between the two. One feels draining and then I have dread and it feels awful. Where one, I feel better and I feel cozy and it feels good. Okay. So how do we practice hibernation? So one way is letting people know that you're in quiet mode. I actually tell clients to tell close friends and family, I'm hibernating. So basically what that means is, we'll say you do it in January. Anything I've already planned for January, previous commitments, birthday, baby shower, I am going to attend those.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go, if someone's like, you want to go to dinner? I'm going to do the same thing we did over the holidays. Let's circle back in February. Right?
Yep.
We're going to circle back. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm not going to make any additional plans that are going to drain or require any energy from me beyond what is I have already committed to. Right. So it's not like, hey, you want to get together? Nope. Hibernating. We're in quiet mode. It's kind of like when you put your phone, on do not disturb. It's like that. You're putting your life on do not disturb.
Yep. I get it.
Okay. So the next one is create a comfort zone or a like basket. Collect all the stuff that is cozy, and maybe you got some of that shit for Christmas, right? And it's in a pile somewhere. You're going to use it.
Yeah.
How many people got a bath bomb that's going to sit under their sink for a
used
year?
My shower steamer today and loved it.
Yes.
Use those things if you got them.
Yes. But now we're going to give you, and you will get a lot of hibernation like gifts. And you're like, wouldn't that be nice to use a face mask? Now you can, and you're going to do it.
Got a couple foot scrubs. Never did them before, but Why not during
I
this
got a foot
hibernation
peel.
time?
You ever do that?
No, that's what I mean. It was like a
Okay.
whole foot care
I
thing.
put it on and then it's like, it's gonna be peeling for the next 5 days. I'm like, I didn't sign up
Oh,
for that shit.
Jesus.
I didn't sign up for that. I thought it was just gonna
You're like, I didn't read that shit before I put it
No!
on. Oh
Now
my
I'm just
God.
gonna be don't do that in the summer. You're gonna be walking around flaky
Oh,
everywhere.
Jesus. Like scales falling off. Oh my God.
Did I just paint a visceral picture for you?
I don't like feet to begin with.
Do your foot peels in the winter.
Yes.
Okay.
Good time for hibernation tool, right?
Yes. You mentioned this on our New Year's tips. Slow down your morning.
Mhm.
So, morning is for savoring, not for sprinting. Do not wake up like 10 minutes before your
Mhm.
alarm. Give yourself time to have like a cup of coffee and sit down.
Mhm. I've been good at that
Look
lately.
at your face. You're
I know,
like,
I've been good. I've been good at that lately. This year I've been
yeah, but if you want to talk about the slowing your morning.
Yes. So, and one of the things too, because we should talk about this a little bit in terms of seasonal affective disorder, because that can play a little bit into hibernation versus isolation. Because with seasonal affective disorder, if you have it, your natural inclination will be to isolate. And
To just nope.
yeah, to just shut down because you're not feeling well. And we don't want to encourage that too much because that can actually
Mhm.
not help seasonal affective disorder. So, what this can actually help with, or caveat to, is that instead of isolating, work on the hibernation if you're experiencing seasonal affective disorder and put your time and energy into rejuvenating,
Mhm.
relaxing, and really kind of getting to be comfortable with yourself while you're still trying to deal with the symptoms of the seasonal affective disorder. And one of those things that we talk about with the morning is we don't need to be so afraid of the dark times. With seasonal affective disorder, one of the things that can trigger it is the change in time.
Mhm.
And it's darker in the morning and it's darker in the evening and it's earlier. Um, but instead of avoiding it by sleeping it away or kind of just throwing the blanket over your head, what we do is we try to get more comfortable in those hours and still do things. You don't have
Mhm.
to be out while you're doing those things, but do things during those times. So waking up an hour or so before you really need to be up and trying to find some peace and comfort in that time,
Mhm.
even though it's dark early, even though it's cold. Again, we're not going outside, so it's okay. But having some peace and some quiet and some thinking time and some relaxation during that hour before you really need to start getting dressed for work, or getting
Mhm.
kids up, or getting
Mhm.
kids ready for buses can be extremely helpful for your mood. And that can even play in as a benefit to seasonal affective disorder as well.
Yes. Task batching. So it's cold. I don't like going out. You don't like going out. There are certain months you're like, friend, going out to somewhere that requires me to park
Please,
and
no.
walk, it's going to be a no for me.
Mhm.
So it's the same thing for errands. Don't be like, "Oh, I got to go to Target today and then I got to go to the grocery store tomorrow." So I'm going to be intentional and plan it and try to batch them together so then I can have days fully
Mhm.
that I am hibernating. Hibernating doesn't mean sleeping. I just want to
Yeah.
clarify. Um, but it means like the pulling back, I can stay at home, I'm
Mhm.
doing this. The other thing that's really nice, and you mentioned the seasonal affective disorder, my first tip was let people know you're in quiet mode. Then people aren't worried and thinking you're isolating
Mhm.
because you have told them.
That it was intentional. Yeah.
Correct. And you've told yourself it's intentional.
Mhm.
So then when you start feeling like, I'm not doing enough, you're
Yeah.
like, remember, this is what we're supposed to
Mhm.
be doing. This
Yeah.
is what we said we're doing.
Mhm.
Another one, this is a good month. Hibernation is a good time for gentle movement. So that would be walking,
Mhm.
stretching. People don't stretch.
I'll
They
tell
don't
you,
think that's
people don't
movement.
walk,
I know.
and not in the way we want to walk. Like, people like walking is so underrated. And, we talk about exercise so much, I know, but walking is exercise and so healthy for you. And you don't even have to do it for that long to get the health benefits from it. And I know it's cold. And if you're going to go outside to walk, that's fantastic. But you can walk somewhere in your house. You can walk on a walking pad or a treadmill, whatever. But walking is so good for you and will be so rejuvenating and helpful to your whole systems. Yes, the
And
walking.
you don't even have to call it exercise.
No,
It's just movement. That's what
I'm
we're
moving
doing.
around.
It says move
I'm going to
gently.
move for
And
12 minutes. I'm going to move for
yoga,
15
that's another
minutes.
one. So we're not exercising. We're not like getting swole at the gym 5 days a
Yeah.
week. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about moving your body in a gentle way. Okay, next. Ooh, this is a good one. Create cozy micro rituals.
We love micro anything.
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, but having routines, whatever it is that works for you, whether it's a bath bomb in the morning or a shower steamer every morning, or,
Hmm.
you know, getting up and just having tea or coffee and just having quiet. There's so many women I talk to who started recently waking up an hour before their house wakes up. just for the quiet, just for that time to be alone but awake, if that makes sense.
I think I do that at night because no one needs
Okay.
me at night. That's
Okay.
why I'm like, I have that weird, like,
I think a lot of
bedtime
people do that at
reverse
night too. They
procrastination
stay up
because
till midnight.
I just want quiet.
Mhm.
No one needs me.
Yep. Yeah. So I think they're great. And again, they're little
They're
things.
tiny. Lighting a candle is self-care. It's so easy. This kind of piggybacks off that, but romanticize small everyday things.
Mhm.
So I have, I make tea at home. So I buy the fancy, I did actually get it for Christmas, my most favorite tea.
Okay.
It only comes out at Christmas.
You and these seasonal things,
I
man.
know. I know. I
It's
need to
driving me
stop
crazy.
attaching. I know.
Or do you just need to buy in bulk when it comes out so you
I
have it all
do.
year?
I know. But then sometimes they have a sale in the summer, 75% off. So,
Love a good deal.
my cheap ass can't resist that. Okay. Wear clothes that feel like a hug. We're both
I
wearing
got sweats on right now, so I'm
yes, I
hugging
have
all over
leggings
the
on
place.
and I have this sweater that I love a turtleneck sweater because it feels like a hug.
Yeah, well, this one's a big one too. Like it's
It's
not
a
that
cowl. What do they call it? A cowl neck?
I don't know.
Sometimes I do it because I think that I have like a double chin on the
I
person.
have a double chin.
I love this one. Use a planner not for tasks,
Mhm.
but for boundaries. Keeping track of things that I'm trying to do less of,
Okay.
I think is really, really
That
important
would be good
too.
in a work planner if somebody kept writing like, respect your personal time or make sure you leave at 5. Like if you're
Yes.
struggling between that work life balance and you're like, there's no reason I can't leave here by 5 o'clock every day if I get my stuff done. Maybe you want to write in that planner, like
Yep.
leave at 5, leave at 5, leave at 5 every day. So there's that reminder that you're trying to set that new boundary of leaving at a certain time.
And if you just can't help yourself, because I know people love a list, this
Hmm.
is what I've suggested to clients for years.
Hmm.
Instead of a to-do list, a can-do list.
Hmm.
I can pick up stuff at the pharmacy. I can vacuum in the house.
Hmm.
I can, but it's not I'm forcibly doing I have to do it. It's I can do these
Hmm.
things. I don't have to do them.
Okay.
And just the subtle language shift,
Hmm.
I think it goes a long way.
Okay.
Yeah. Um Schedule do nothing time.
We
Okay,
talked
so
about this. Hmm.
yes, let me clarify this because I think this is hard for people to conceptualize. Like, what does it mean to do nothing? I have clients that they're like, am I just supposed to stare at the wall? So, do nothing time is like, I have nothing planned. So, essentially, I'm going to give myself, and it's going to sound a little bit weird, a little bit like the gift of boredom when I was a
Hmm.
kid, right?
Hmm.
So being bored actually was good when we were kids because we had to get creative as shit, right? Like they don't. Like I'm gonna make a little figurine out of a gum wrapper,
Hmm.
right? If I'm
Hmm.
bored in the car because I don't have any iPad,
We had nothing in that
count
backseat of
the
that
blue
car.
cars. Like
Hmm.
you get real creative. So a do nothing day is giving yourself sort of a little bit like that opportunity. And so because I know people are gonna be struggling with this because
Hmm.
they're like, what does that mean? So have a list of things you can do on your do nothing day as options. So these are things that you're doing just for the sake of doing them. I'm going to give you some examples because I have many. So I like to do diamond art,
Hmm.
paint by numbers. I've been doing watercolor lately.
Okay.
Reading could be one,
Hmm.
right? Knitting, crocheting could be that.
Hmm.
Taking a nap.
Hmm.
Um, Anything that doesn't have some specific outcome of I have to do it. They're just things I'm just going to do for the sake of enjoying the
Hmm.
process of doing them. And that's what I mean by the do nothing. I'm not doing it for an outcome. I'm doing it for the
Hmm.
process.
Right. And it's also not attached to production at the end. So I'm not doing diamond art because I'm going to finish it today, or I'm not doing necessarily the color by number because I'm going to finish it today. I'm not reading this book because I plan to get through all of the pages of this book today. It's just no, I'm going to do this for as long as I enjoy it during this time.
And on that note, here's what I'm going to say. I'm a big reader, and I think there's some controversy in this, but give yourself permission to DNF a book.
I DNF a book in like 2 pages.
Give yourself permission to, and that's reading. I'm not
Do you have
reading
a
it
hard
to
time
the
with that?
end.
I have no problem
Yeah,
with that.
I do. Because I'm like,
Really?
what if it turns around?
Damn, I'm like, I gave you 5 pages. I got nothing
But
from
then I do
this.
this weird thing because I keep track of the books I read. If I read over 50% and I DNF it,
50%.
I still read it.
Okay.
If it's within the first 20 pages,
I
it's
absolutely
a
agree with
DNF.
you that you
Didn't read.
already read it. You're lucky you get 2 chapters. If I can't get into it.
But I would say the same, not just with books. Like you could say, I really want to do paint by numbers, and you do it, and you're like, this is stressful. Like, give yourself permission to abandon crafts. You
Yeah, I couldn't do the
don't have
diamond
to.
art. They would get stuck on my fingers.
Oh my gosh, you freaking love the diamond art. Yes, but do nothing time. And
Okay.
then have some options. Kind of like, kids, if you're bored, you have that little go to the popsicle stick
Oh,
thing.
we had that. Yep.
Yeah,
Little jar.
so do the same thing.
Mhm.
Do the same
Yeah.
thing for yourself.
the board jar. If you didn't do that with kids, that's amazing. Popsicle sticks and a bunch of we threw 50% of chores on that thing. We were like, wash a car.
Fine tune your input. So this is a little bit like the social media or digital detox. So maybe you take a break from, I love me a true crime, but maybe you take a break from true crime just for a couple of weeks. Like maybe you stop looking at the news. Maybe you change up your Reddit feed. Like I'm going to unfollow that because that's just not a vibe. Maybe I'm going to come off of social media. A lot of people that's more regular now where people are like, yo, I'm taking a break. I didn't die. Just want to let you know.
Yeah.
So I think those are some ways if you want to try out hibernation, you can give it a whirl. And this, if you want more information, is a great book to help you with your journey of hibernation. So until next time, stay nearly normal.
Thanks for listening to the Nearly Normal podcast. We're licensed therapists in Pennsylvania, but this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Listening to this podcast does not create a therapist-client relationship, and the tips we share are not a substitute for professional therapy or medical care. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis, we strongly encourage you to reach out to a licensed professional in your area or call a crisis helpline.